Now we're about ready to replace the sump pump. Normally they have some kind of check valve. This one is the check valve, and normally there's a black rubber with hose clamps on the bottom and one on the top. If you pop the one at the top, water will come out of this pipe. We're going to pop the one at the bottom. Not to mention it looks like they glued this one on. So that's the check valve. First you want to unplug it so you don't get no surprises. The hose clamp fell, no worries because we're pulling it out. Now sometimes they're a little hard to get loose. You may have to run your flathead screwdriver around the hose clamp to get it to move, the rubber, or grab it with channels, squeeze, and do a little twist and turn of either the pipe or the hose clamp. For whatever reason, this sump pump wouldn't kick on. Looks like it's original. That's got to be original. So we're going to take our hose clamp off because we want it along with the check valve. Well, we could leave that check valve rubber on there provided we could get this unscrewed. Yeah, I could feel oil in the water. That's what happened. The pump went bad and busted. You can ever so slightly hear it leaking air. So the seal up here went bad and allowed water to get into the pump. Oh cool, this one's going to unscrew nice for us. Now they say that you're supposed to drill a hole in here, an 1/8 inch, so that the water that traps between the check valve and here can siphon back out into the pit. But I don't ever do that. I hate doing that. Used to pump some water out of a pit when I was doing a sewer line replacement. And it got a little dirty. dirty. So now we're going to take, you could put pipe dope on there if you want, but it's going to be underwater, so why does it matter? As long as we get it nice and tight. And when they glued that in, they glued it funny. It's at an angle. I'm having trouble getting it to start. Okay, that's pretty snug. Now I'm going to suggest putting your hose clamps on. Back on where the check valve is at. We may find that we have to pull the pump back out and trim it because it's too long, but it may be good, and that's what we're going to plan for. Only thing that I can say about dropping it back in there is you're going to want to try to make sure that you drop it in there and the float ain't against the wall. Now this Blue Angel pump has these two rods on it to prevent the float from getting jammed against the wall. Don't plug it in yet, you're going to get a surprise. Now, based on where it's lining up, I think we're going to be good to where I won't have to cut the pipe at all. I just have to hook it together. You can see that it's just about, it's underneath the square part of that check valve. So, and obviously there's going to be a little bit of play in that pipe we can lift up on. I'm going to put you back on the tripod. So maybe you can see what we're doing in here. Lift up on it. Line it up. Push it down. Grab our other hose clamp, bring it up almost as high as we can, and then start cranking it down. Those hose clamps are 5/16, most of them. Or if you got one of those 6-in-1 screwdrivers, you can take the tip out of it. And that's it. Now we'll just plug it in and we're back in business. This one actually went excellent. They normally do. They're normally fairly basic within with their sizing and whatnot. Unless you're switching from like maybe a pedestal to something else. And so I always suggest using a submersible. Just wrapping this around so it's less wire to be inside the pit. Plug in, look at it, make sure there ain't no leaks. Make sure it kicks off. There you go. That cathode is that check valve. But you have to have those in there. And typically they want them just above the pit. The reason being is because of our head pressure. We've got that water between here where it starts raising up to get outside. Sometimes that amount of water can be enough once the pump kicks off to go back in there and cause it to kick right back on again. So that's it. we're in good shape. We're going to put this back on just for to try to muffle the sound a little bit. Call it good. If this helped you, like it, share it. Appreciate you watching. Check out some of the other videos.